I just 100%ed Sonic Forces and it was somehow the most frustrating experience, but also the most boring. But this is just the beginning because I plan to 100% every Sonic game my own. I randomly decided I'll start with Forces and I've got 4 more Sonic games lined up. And depending on how well this video does, you guys will decide on what I play next, or I'll just spin a wheel and let it pick for me. And most of this was streamed live, so if you want to watch me suffer for the next 100%, follow me at twitch.tv evadezoldyck, and I'll leave the link down below. Now, onto the game.
Ready, go!
For this 100%, I would need to get every S rank, every collectible, every mission, and every achievement. For now, I'd start with just doing the main story. This will let me get most achievements and missions out the way without having to try too hard. I somehow didn't stream myself beating the first stage, but upon beating the first stage, you get a new Story Begins achievement. After doing that, we get to bring our whatever this is to life and get an achievement for that. Shortly after we beat Spaceport with our avatar, we go customize it again and get the achievement Way Past Cool.
What the fuck?
Shortly after this, we break Sonic out of prison and he goes to beat the daylight out of Zavik in probably the most boring boss fight in the game, netting us the achievement Sextuple Trouble. I change my Wisp to the lightning one and get the achievement Hooked on Wispins. Hooked on Wisp. The next achievement I end up getting is Outfitter for collecting 30 avatar parts after beating Luminous Forest. Directly after this, we watch Silver get the snot beat out of him and Big Bro Sonic steps in and has to take down Infinite and get the achievement Infinite Possibilities. A callback to a song Endless Possibilities from Sonic Unleashed, which is pretty cool. After this boss fight, we go through Green Hill with Classic Sonic and run into Eggman with the Egg Dragoon. We take him down pretty easily and get the achievement Mean Egg Machine. Now you might have noticed that there's Instagram Reels on the screen. This isn't edited or anything. I was actually watching Insta Reels while playing through this game. This game is so boring and easy. I had to make the game harder by scrolling through Reels and playing with one hand. After moving on and beating Casino Forest, we now have 100 parts and get the Style Hog achievement. We move on to the terribly designed next stage, Aqua Road. Beating it gives us For the Future achievement and unlocks our first secret stage, but we aren't touching that yet. Moving on, we're getting to the midway part of the game, and the stages immediately get kind of fun around this area. We get through Capital City, and then we have to fight Infinite as the avatar this time around. We get through him easily and get the achievement Courage in Hand. I think this is referring to the song 7 Rings in Hand from Sonic and the Secret Rings, but I'm not entirely sure. After beating him, we go back to Classic Sonic and play through Chemical Plant. At first I hated this stage, but it's actually somewhat enjoyable after you learn it. We then go back to the Avatar and team up with Sonic to take down Metal Sonic. This boss is actually pretty fun. Maybe not so much in the first run, but in the later runs this is such a fun boss and you'll see why. Next we go to Network Terminal. Personal favorite stage of mine, and I get an IG reel about being an adult Sonic fan.
Hey, aren't you a Sonic fan? Yeah, why? So's my kid! He's 5! He is a child! Sonic is for children! Oh my god!
But after beating the stage, we take back 50% of the world from Eggman and get the achievement Hope. We then go through 2 stages I really enjoy, those being surprisingly a Classic Sonic stage, the Death Egg, and Metro Highway's Modern Sonic. We're finally getting closer to the end game and move onto Imperial Tower with the Avatar. I hated this stage at first, but after I learned how you should actually be playing it, it's actually pretty enjoyable. More on that later. We then play through Mortar Canyon, another really enjoyable stage. We go to fight Infinite again with Modern Sonic, but with the help of the Avatar, and get the Bonds of Friendship achievement. And like clockwork, as I was having fun enjoying the game, they throw what is arguably the worst Classic Sonic level, or arguably the worst level in the game in general, at us with Iron Fortress. The thing that makes the stage bad is literally only the slow side-scrolling part. It's so boring and a slog to get through. Outside of that, the stage is fine, but considering that takes up the majority of the level, it really kills it. We're now finally on to the last stage, Final Judgment. I don't know about me, but for a final stage, this really fucking sucks. Like, if you look at the final stages for other Sonic games and compare it to this, it's just so bad. And I was going to give it the excuse that it's Forces and I shouldn't expect much from it. Even Sonic 06, which is widely known as the worst Sonic game, it has a better last stage in this game. Genuinely, how do you mess this up? And could be said for the final boss as well, split into 3 parts. Classic Sonic's part, which is easy but enjoyable, Avatar's part, which is easily the highlight of this boss, and finally Modern Sonic, who was joined by the Avatar and Classic Sonic. And this is just boost slop. You boost at the boss, homing attack when you get close, repeat this, and then for the final you do a triple boost. But whatever, we beat it and we get the Save the World achievement. Now that we beat the main game, it's time to focus on getting all the collectibles. I also decided to do no reels just in case the game starts to give me a challenge. It was also causing my laptop to lag, so it would probably have to stop eventually anyway. Moving on though, I decided to start with getting all the red rings I missed and do whatever missions I can along the way. It was going really well and was easy for a while. After beating Arsenal Pyramid, we get all 3 badges of honor on the rabbit, getting the honor roll achievement. So we make a new avatar using the dog species, which should have gave us a new beginning achievement, but it never pops up for some reason. This is just a bug with the old Xbox, I believe. The achievement just doesn't pop up. It does this for every other achievement that I failed to mention in this video. Just a heads up. The next stage that gives me trouble is Casino Forest. It generally took me around 20 to 30 minutes alone for this stage. Some of these rings were hidden by the map's pinball mechanics, which I'll be honest, I low-key suck at. At first I thought it was just bad game design, which it is, no reason to still be using pinball stages, but after I actually learned how the mechanics work, the stage became easy. Still hate it though. Next stage is Aqua Road, and dear God, who designed this? It wasn't even hard or anything I could do about it. I just had to hope these ugly ass ladybugs didn't bump me out the way. Anyway, moving on. When I was collecting the red wings on the Metal Sonic stage, I was wondering if you could go super and fight Metal, and to my surprise, you can. They do let you go super against him. This alone makes this boss very fun. We used the rental avatar on accident and got the Global Allies achievement. Network Terminal also gave me some trouble for a while, but this was mostly a skill issue. While doing one of the SOS missions, I noticed some of you guys have some really ugly avatars. No offense. We make it to Imperial Tower and this part was so much fun. You can skip half of the level using the hover wisp. This is how this stage is meant to be played. I love this. Then all my joy is ruined by Iron Fortress. We collect all the red rings in the final stage and get the achievement reach for the red stars. I decided before I move on to the number rings, I'd go get all the S rings that I missed. After that, we moved on with the number rings, and this was super easy. We quickly get the Sonic Teacher's number achievement after getting 3 sets of number rings, followed by the Warrior achievement after defeating 5,000 enemies. We collect the rest of the number rings and get the achievement Don't Lose Count. And now it's time to move on to the moon rings. This was also pretty easy. We quickly get 3 sets of moon rings, giving us the Silver Moon Mania achievement, followed by the Fashion Unleashed achievement after beating a classic Sonic stage. It continued to go smooth with the exception of Casino Forest, Aqua Road, and Iron Fortress. You go to the final stage and collect the last moons there, but just like I said earlier, for some reason the achievement doesn't pop up even though when I go to check it, it says I did it. Stupid Xbox problems. You also get the Running in Style achievement after finally using the closet feature. This closes getting all the collectibles, and now to the frustrating part of this game. The missions. But before I did that, I decided I'd go through and do the EX stages and secret stages and S-rank them as well. I expected them to be hard, but they weren't. And honestly, that's on me for expecting anything out of this game. Now, it's time for me to do the rest of the missions. I had done most of them just by playing through the game, but I still had some left over. The first couple we had required you to beat a certain stage on a certain amount of time. This was fun for the most part. It was cool to learn certain routes and skips that can save seconds. It even made Casino Forest seem fun. I had learned exactly how to control the built-in minigames in that stage. Iron Fortress still sucks though.
Eggman is up to something again. And stop Eggman! Signal is moving underground.
And the final boss is even worse. They want you to beat it within 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which sounds easy, but if you don't play the first 2 sections perfectly, you will not get it. Not to mention they also have 30-second or more unskippable cutscene they make you watch when transitioning from the Avatar to Modern Sonic for some reason. Like, if you're trying to make the player speed run in air quotes, why have that in there? It's so dumb. Just talking about it makes me a little angry, honestly. I had at least 5 runs where I was just short of the time, shaving off microseconds each run until I eventually got it.
There's nothing the 3 of us can't achieve together. Victory is ours for the taking. Triple boost.
Oh my god. Side note, somewhere within those runs, my girlfriend texted me saying, I'm gonna get 333 to pop that thing and make it clap. Thanks, babe. Now, our next mission was to do SOSs and get 3 honors for each species. It sounded easy, but here's the thing. For most of the game, I did maybe 2 or 3 SOS missions total. So I was behind. SOS missions only spawn after every 3 levels, or sometimes after you mess around with the avatar creator. The avatar method wasn't working for me, so I went with the 3-stage method. I picked Lost Valley, beat it as fast as I could 3 times, and then I did the SOS. I did this again, and again. I got to the point where I was genuinely speedrunning the stage. My best time being 1 minute and 2 seconds, which isn't bad, with the best time being 1 minute and 1 second to my current knowledge. But eventually, I got all 3 SOSs and getting both of the achievements associated with it, those being Freedom Fighter and Nameless Hero. I also managed to get 3 honors on all species and completed every mission, giving me the 2 achievements for that and the Sonic Battler achievement as well, somewhere along the lines. Now all that was left was to finish whatever achievements I had left. I only had the Shadow and Ring achievements left. The Shadow achievements required me to play through his side of the story and get all his collectibles. He only had 3 stages, so this was easy. The real hard part and worst part of the challenge by far was getting the Ring King achievement, which required a whopping 100,000 rings. There was 2 ways of completing this goal that I know of. Both required you to use the Fox avatar. The first one was using the Lightning Wisp and Arsenal Pyramid. Just dash through all the rings and you end up getting around 700, 800. I did this for a while, but this wasn't enough. I wanted this to be over fast. The next method was Imperial Tower with the Hover Wisp. All you had to do was... This easily would net you 999 rings, and however many more you picked up along the way. This method was clearly faster, but even doing this, it still almost took me 3 hours to complete it. Obviously I didn't do it all in one day, I think I'd go crazy. I hit the halfway mark pretty early, getting me the Ring Collector achievement, and then got the Ring King achievement a day or 2 later. And that was it. Or so I thought. There was 2 more achievements I needed. One of them were Sonic Extreme, which is weird because I had done this already, so why did they not give it to me? Looked it up. It's a common bug apparently. Just replayed through all the EX stages and it gave it to me. The last one was Constant Connoisseur, which you get by doing 10 daily missions. I only needed 2 more. I got both of them after writing this script, and that was it. Overall, this was a fun experience, annoying at times, but I enjoyed it, and can't wait to 100% the other games I have lined up. If you like watching me 100% this game and want to see it live, come check me out on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot more recently, not just me doing these challenges. I also stream other things like Monster Hunter and fighting games and many more. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.